I'm Eddie Muller. Welcome to Noir Alley, where we're about to celebrate Mother's Day in perfectly appropriate noir fashion. Well, maybe not perfect, because that would mean we're showing Mildred Pierce. Instead, we're showing a film from 1951 about a woman's unstoppable quest to get pregnant. At least that's one way of interpreting The Prowler, a film of incredible complexity and nuance for its day. Any day, really. It was written by one of the great screenwriters, Dalton Trumbo, and directed by Joseph Losey, who'd become one of the most acclaimed filmmakers of the 1960s. But despite its credentials, The Prowler almost became extinct. And before we get into that part of the story, let's consider how this film was first given life. It was essentially a parting gift from John Huston to his estranged wife, Evelyn Keyes. Huston was partners with Sam Spiegel in Horizon Pictures, which produced the film for distribution by United Artists. Keyes had long complained about her lack of challenging roles while under contract at Columbia. And when Spiegel bought this story, Huston declared it perfect for his wife. What virtually no one involved in the production knew, with the exception of Spiegel, Huston, and Losey, was that the screenplay was by Dalton Trumbo, who'd recently been blacklisted as the most prominent member of the Hollywood 10. This was one of many jobs Trumbo took on in a frenzy, trying to earn as much as he could before being sent to prison for contempt of Congress. Now, reviews at the time mostly dismissed the film as a retread of Double Indemnity, but over the years, it's earned a reputation as a scathing critique of American materialism. And once Joe Losey relocated to England, The Prowler ended up being routinely cited as the best film of his brief Hollywood career. Now, what's odd is that the film's reputation grew as it became increasingly difficult to see. Like many independently made pictures, The Prowler disappeared, not only from theaters, but from TV screens as well. And when I formed the Film Noir Foundation in 2005, it was the first film we set out to rescue. And what you're about to see is the digital version of our 35mm restoration. Now, while The Prowler is in the mold of other bad cop noirs, on this day, especially this day, I'm going to suggest you watch it from a slightly different perspective. Now, every synopsis says, cop seduces married woman, plots to kill her husband. But there's a parallel plot unfolding in which the married woman in question, marvelously played by Evelyn Keyes, wants to have a baby that her husband can't give her. The character of Susan Gilvray is far more complex than the average noir dame, and Keyes makes the most of her. The pregnancy theme is pushed along by a song simply called Baby, which repeats throughout the movie.
I'd ask your name and you'd have told me. And I'd have told you how swell you danced.
Now, I became close friends with Evelyn Keyes in the later years of her life, a friendship that honestly was sparked by this movie. When I first contacted her for an interview, she was sure I was another of the Windies, fans of her most famous role, Sue Ellen in Gone with the Wind. When I said I really wanted to talk about The Prowler, she treated me like a long-lost friend. Evelyn felt that this was the best part she ever had and her best performance. And not to be overlooked, the always outstanding Van Heflin, who portrays one of the creepiest gaslighters in movie history. And plenty of you women out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Originally from 1951, and in 2008, restored by the Film Noir Foundation and the UCLA Film and Television Archive, here is The Prowler.